Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which, but their children's end, naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage.
The which if you with patient ears attend, what he shall miss,
Our toil should strive to mend.
Gregory, on my word, I strike quickly being moved.
Thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog at the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog at that house moves me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will take Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I have fought with the men, I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
I, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads, taking what sense I will.
They must take it in sense that feel it. True at all, he comes to the house of Montague.
Ah, my naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn my back and run?
Oh, fear me not.
No, not fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as thou pass by. Let them take it as they think.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side, if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good as man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. He comes from our master's kinsman.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie!
Draw, give me men. Gregory, remember thy sauce in blood.
Look, stop! You know what to do! What? Art thou from among these heartless hinds? Turn thee Benvolio and look upon thy death. I do give peace, but of your sort of men's party's memory. What? Draw! Talk of peace! I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and me, and the deep coward.
And made Verona's aged citizens, cast by their grave beseeming ornaments, to wield old partisans in hands as old, cankered by peace, to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon, to know our farther pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
quarrel new approach. Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours. Close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them, and in the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared, who, as he breathed defiance to mine ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who, nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn. As we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, who fought on, part and part, until the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth from the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was wary of me, stormed cover to a wood.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs.
But all so soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night.
Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel should the cause remove.
Why not London? Do you know the cause?
I neither know of it, nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he his own affections counsellor is to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself, so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere can he spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun.
Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance will be much tonight.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay, to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, fair coz.
Is the day so young?
But you struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favour where I am in love.
Ah, alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eye see pathways to his will. Where should we dine? I mean, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. And why then, oh broiling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create? Heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, it is not what it is. Of this love feel I, but feel no love in this. Dost thou not love?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart of what?
And thy good heart's oppression.
Why such is love's transgression? Griefs of mine own lie heavy on my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke, made with the fume of sighs. Being purged, a fire sparkling in lover's eyes. Being vexed, a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my coz.
Soft! I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have left myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. Here's some other way.
Tell me in sadness, who is't that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aim so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good markman. And she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is sooner hit.
When that hit you miss, she'll not be hit by Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity well armed, from love's weak childish bow she lives uncharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies with beauty dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. Her beauty starved with her severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity. Oh, she is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead and live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Tis the way to call hers exquisite and question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black puts us in mind that they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What does her beauty serve but as a note, where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell. Now canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men as old as we to keep the peace.
Of honourable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you've lived it off so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying all what I have said before. My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth has swallowed all my hopes but she. She's the hopeful lady on my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within the scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many guests, such as I love, and you among the store, one more, most welcome makes my number more. At my poor house look to behold this night, earth treading stars that make dark and light, such comforts as lusty young man feel, when well apparelled and able, on the heel of limping winter treads. Even such delight among fresh female buds will you this night inherit at my house. Here will all see and like her most whose merit most shall be. Come, go with me. Sarah, trudge about through fair Verona, find those persons whose names are written there, and to them say my house and pleasure on their welcome today.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what name the writing person has here writ. I must to the learned.
Tut man!
In good time.
One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish.
Turn, kidding, hold my backward turn.
One desperate grief is cured by lover's anguish.
Take thou some new infection of thine eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain's leaf's excellent for that.
For what, I pray thee?
For your broken shin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and... Good evening, good fellow.
Good evening. Pray, sir, can you read?
I am mine own fortune in my misery.
Perhaps you have learnt it without book. But I pray, sir, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters of the language.
Ye so honestly, rest you merry.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters. County Anselm, his beauteous sister, the lady widow of Etruvio. Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces. Mercutio and his brother Valentine. Mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters. My fair niece Rosaline and Livia. Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Ah,
Whither? To supper?
to our house,
Whose house?
my master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great and the rich Capulet. And if you've been up to the house of Montague, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets, sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Rome. Go thither with unattainted eye, compare her face to some I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood, turn tears to fires, and those who often drown should never die, transparent heretics be burned for liars. One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, You saw her fair, none else being by. Herself put herself in my bar. But led there, in that crystal scales be weighed. Your lady's up against some other maid that I shall show thee shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well what now seems best.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in the splendour of mine own.
Examine every married lineament, and see how one another then is content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride, the fair without, the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So, shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him making yourself no less?
No less! Nay, bigger! Women grow by men!
Speak briefly.
Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse?
Or shall we omit our apology? The date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid who came with a scarf, bearing a tartar's painted bow of love, scaring the ladies like a crow-keeper. Nor no without good prologue faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing boots with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them about the common down.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers. And so bound I cannot bound the pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love? Too great a pressure for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor. What care I what curious eyes quote deformities? There are the beetle brow shall blush for me.
Come, knock and enter. And no sooner in, bidding, every man be taken to his legs.
I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I'm done.
Come, we burn daylight. Oh,
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights in vain, like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that, ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mask, yet 'tis no whit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
What was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out to mind the fairy's coachman. Her wagon spokes, made of long spinner's legs. Her cover of the wings of grasshoppers. Her traces of the smallest spider's web. Her collar of the moonshine's watery beams. Her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. And in this state she gallops, night by night. Two lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. O'er courtiers' knees who dream on curtsy straight. O'er lawyers' fingers who straight dream on beads. O'er ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mouth with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweet meats tainted are. Sometimes she trieth o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. Sometime comes she with a tied pig's tail, tickling a barson's nose as a light asleep, and then dreams he of another benefit. Sometime she trieth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches and escados, Spanish blades, of hells 5 fathom deep. And then anon, drums in his ears, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very man that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the young ox in foul, sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them, and lands them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she!
Peace! Peace, Mercutio, peace! Thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is a sin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, it woos even now the frozen bosom of the north. And being thus angry, puffs away from thence, turning inside to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind is to give some consequence yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin this fearful date, this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed within my breast, by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
rubbish too. 'Tis a foul thing.
Away with the dried ghouls! Remove the cork cupboard and look to the plate. Good thou, save me a piece of marchpane. And, as thou lovest me, let the porter let him do some grindstone and nail. Samson, pot pan!
Aye, boy, ready?
You're looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
We cannot be here and there too.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes on leg with cornwood, dance about with you. Ah, my mistresses. Which of you all went out tonight to dance? She that makes dainty, she I swear hath caught. Like a beauty now. Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the days and I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in the fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone. 'Tis gone. Welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play! Oh, give room! And foot it, girls!
Did my heart love till now?
Forswear it, sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares the slave come hither, covered in an antique face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honour of my king, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Let the story you say.
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he. Villain Romeo.
Pretend thee, gentle cars. Let him alone. The bears you my purported gentleman. I do say truth, Verona bragged him to be a virtuous and well-loving youth. I will not put the wealth of all this town here in my house during disparagement. There will be patient. Let him alone. It is my will. But which if thou will respect, let the fair presence and put on this ground, and there will seem in semblance for please.
Fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure it.
He shall be endured. What criminal boy I say he shall go to? Am I to master here or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests.
Wait, uncle, is 'tis a shame.
Go to. Go to. Or I'll make you quite what? What cheering my heart!
Patience perforce. Willful column meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
High pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest fate turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips, by thine my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass, sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kissed by the book.
Madam, your lady mother prays to work with you.
What is her mother?
Married bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her till she took the bull. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her will have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Come, the sport is at its best.
And so I fear, the war is my unrest.
Oh, good night, honest gentlemen. Goodbye. Learn to my chamber home. Now, let's to my rest. Ah, madame, it waxes late. I'll to my rest.
Come hither, Max. What is yon gentleman?
I know not.
Go ask his name. To be married, my grave is like to be my wedding day.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love. It is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learnt in now of one I danced withal.
Come, let's away. The strangers are all gone.
Now all desire doth in his deathbed lie, and the young affection gapes to be his heir.
That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched is now not fair.
Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his woe supposed he must complain,
and she still loves sweet fate from fearful looks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear.
and she has much in love, her means much less, to meet her new beloved anywhere.
But passion lends them power, time means to meet.
Tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy centre out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
Romeo? He is wise, and all my life I've stood him home to bed.
He has run this way and left the orchard door. Call him, Mercutio!
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Man! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but I me. Pronounce but love,
Love,
and dove.
dove,
He heareth not. He stirreth not. He moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
and if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress' circle, of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she hath laid it and conjured it down. That was some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself amongst these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blindness is love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Oh, good night, Romeo. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then. For 'tis in vain to seek him here, which means not to be found. There.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But so, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. But I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, and they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame the stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head, as a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him, when he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? 'Tis neither hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo Corn, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo doth thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot keep love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate, and death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the farthest shore, washed with the farthest sea. I should adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on the form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell, compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. But if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. Lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest ere I was ware my true love passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow, which tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear loves.
Do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which does cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Or wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it. And yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
Oh, but to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have for both the infinite. I hear some noise within. Do love adieu.
Juliet!
Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard. Being in night, all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortune at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech you.
Madam!
By and by I come, to cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love like schoolboys from their books. Love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Hist! Romeo! Hist! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Romeo!
My knights!
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stay here till thou remember it.
And I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. And yet no farther than a wanton's bird, that lets it hop a little from our hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yes, I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eye, peace in thy breast. Would I with sleep and peace so sweet to rest. The grey-eyed morn smiles upon the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. And darkness flecking like a trunk of reels from 4th day's pathway made by Titan's wheels. Hence will I to my ghostly friar's close cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Now ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juicy flowers. Mickle is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. For naught so vile that an earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good, but strange from that their use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part. Being tasted stays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worst is predominant, more soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morning, Father.
Benefacity, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it's argued that it's done but hence so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. But where unrooted youth buds up brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure, thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or if not so, Then here I think it right. Ah, Romeo had not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Was thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father, no. I forgot that name, and that name is Woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both are remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and holy in thy throat. Riddling confession lies but riddling trick.
Then plainly known, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. Where and when and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline that thou did love so dear so soon forsaken? Young men's love their lives not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Lo! Here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit an old tear that is not washed off yet. If thou were thyself when these woes died, thou and these woes were all from Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidst me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And bad'st me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in another out to hand.
And pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect are thy assisted be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's, spoke of his man.
Why that same pale-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad?
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge? My life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How he dared, being dead.
Alas, poor Romeo. He is already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye. Run through the ear with a love song. The very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats, I can tell you. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights, as you sing, prick song. Keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rests his bid in rest. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a duelist. Ah, the immortal, the sun, the punto, reverso, the hand.
And what?
Here comes Ranger. Without his robe, like a dried herring. Oh flesh, how art thou fishified? Signor Romeo, bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give to you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump world flower?
Why is this not better now than grown for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs lollying up and down to hide his boldness.
Stop there! Stop there! A sail! A sail!
Nay, two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter, anon, my fan, Peter.
Good Peter, to hide her face, for her fan's the fairer face of the world.
What you good morrow, gentlemen?
What ye goodeen, fair gentlewoman?
Is it goodeen?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick
Oh, no,
Out upon you, what a man are you!
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mark.
By my troth, it is well said for himself to mark, quotha. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Very well took in the faith. Wisely, wisely.
If it be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indite him some supper.
Aboard, so ho!
What's that so about?
No hair, sir. Unless a hair, sir, in a Lenten pie that is something stale, and poor ere it be spent. An old hair horn, it's a very good meat in Lent, but a hair that is hoar is too much for a score when it falls ere it be spent. Will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What saucy magic was here that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk. He will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And I say anything against me, and I'll take him down! And there are a lustier than he is in 20 such tracks, and if I cannot, I shall bind up his jaw! Scurvy knave! I am none of his flirt skills, I am none of his skate mate. And thou must stand by too, and suffer to see every man choose me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you, and I dare draw as soon as another man, if I see an occasion in a quarrel and the law on my side.
Now, before God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. I pray you, sir, a word. As I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me to say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her in a fool's paradise thus, as they say, it would be a very gross kind of behaviour, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, it truly would be an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I do protest unto thee.
Good-hearted in faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a dreadful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pennies.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, she shall be there.
Commend me to thy mistress.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter, anon, before. And a pace.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot be with him. Oh, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind-swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love and his to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as the lake. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey, nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good, sweet nurse. O Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet say it merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary, give me leave a while.
foulest excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that, and I'll state the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is't good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, and his leg excels all men's. And for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not talked upon, they are past compare. He's not a flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. So have God. What? Hast thou dined at home?
No, no, but all that I did know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches! What a head have I! It beats as it would fall in 20 pieces. And my back! Oh, my back! To the side! Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jauncing up and down.
You think I'm sorry thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweetness. Tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a kind, and a courteous, and a handsome, and I'll warrant, a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady, here! You are too hot! Marry, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wonted blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to the cell. I must another way. I am the drudge and toil in your delight. You will bear the burden soon at night. Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse. Farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately. Long love does so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady, oh so light of foot, and there we're at the everlasting fate.
Good e'en to my ghostly confessor.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and thy skill be the more to blaze it, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbour air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, perhaps it is substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count my worth. But my true love has grown to such excess I cannot sum up some of half my worth.
Come with me, and we'll make short work. For by your leave you shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray you, Bishop, let's retire. The day is hot, the kingdoms are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape abroad. For now, it's hot, there's mad love stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows, that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup, draws him on the drawer when indeed there was no need.
And I like such a fellow.
Come, come. Thou art as such a jacket in thy mood as any in Italy, and so moved to be moody, as so moody to be moved.
And one too.
Nay, and there were two such. Why, we would have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Why thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast his line. Thou hast quarrelled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened thy dog and hath laid asleep in the sun. And yet thou wilt tutor me from quarrelling.
Am I so apt to quarrel as thou art? Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple? Oh, simple.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I cannot.
Hold me close. I shall speak to them. Gentlemen, good evening. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir. Only will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort! What dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort.
We stand here in the public haunt of men, either withdrawn to some private place, or reason coldly with your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if you rag or livery. Marry, go before to field. He'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowst me not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, God! Dishonorable! Vile submission! Alistair Carter carries it away! Tybalt! You rat catcher! Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, good king of cats! Nothing with one of your 9 lives!
I am for you.
Sit to Mercutio, put thy rapier on!
Yeah! Come, sir. Your passado. A plague on both your houses! There may once be to me
my temper soften valor steel!
Romeo!
Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath espied the path which so untimely hid Scornia.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woes others must end.
And here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph from Mercutio slain. Away to heaven respective lenity, and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take that villain back again which late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Now, wretched boy! A good consortant with him here! Shall with him hence?
This shall determine that!
Officer, go with me. I charge thee in the prince's name. There!
Where are the wild beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal book. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Oh, prince! Oh, cousin, husband, the blood is spilled of our dear kinsman! Princess, thou art true, the blood of our shed blood of Montague! Oh, cousin, cousin!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, his slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your highness' pleasure. All this I tread with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed. Could not take truce to the unruly spleen of Tybalt's deft at peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all as hot, turns deadly points upon him with a master scorn, with one hand beats cold at the side, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries aloud, hold friends, friends part, and swift with his tongue his agile arm beats down their fatal points and swings them rushes, underneath whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And to they go like lightning. But ere I could jot apart them, stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He's a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could kill but one life. I beg for justice, which prince thou must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who at the price of his dear blood doth mercy was so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Till strange love grow bold. Think true love acted, simple modesty. come night. Come, Romeo, come thou day and night. For thou wilt fly upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, night. Come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love and not yet possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child who hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news in every tongue that speaks that Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, where a day. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day. He's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Whoever would have thought it, Romeo?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be wrought slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worse than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners mine. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word banished, had slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but Romeo banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, measure, limit, bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Find him. Find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou devil man.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What worse than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Merciful, say death. But exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls. But torture, purgatory, hell itself. And banished is banished from the world, the world's exile is death. And banished is death mistermed. Calling death banished, thou cuttest off my head with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
Deadly sin! O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking thy part, hath thrust aside the law, and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honourable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand, and steal immortal blessing from her lips. But Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me. Banished! For I am the damned that use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine and ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mangle me with that word? Banished!
Thou fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armour to keep off that word. Adversity's sweet milk, philosophy, to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Yet banished! Hang up philosophy! Unless philosophy can make a town, displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not,
with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress' case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up, stand, and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand.
And speakest thou of Juliet? How is with her? Does not she think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood removed but a little from her own? Where is she? How doth she? What says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing but weeps and weeps, and falls down on her bed, and starts up, and then Tybalt cries, and then on Romeo calls, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her. As that name's curse in hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile parts of the anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful
Hold thy
man.
desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Thy wild accent of the unreasonable fury of a beast. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady that's in thy likeness by doing damned hate upon thyself? What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The Lord of present death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light upon thy back. Happiness caused thee in her best array. But like a mishaven and sullen wench, thou pouts upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed. Take heed, for such thy miserable. Go. Get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watery set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua. For thou shalt live to be confined a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, make pardon the prince, and call thee back with 20,000 times more joy than thou wentest forth in lamentation. Go before us, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes the matters untrue. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all the night to hear good counsel. What learning is. My lord, I will tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir. A ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you. Make haste, for it grows very late.
Oh, how well my comfort is revived by this!
Go hence. Good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguise replace. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out to me, and to a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. But she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late, she'll not come down tonight. I promise you, but for your company, I would have been abed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and to know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she is mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I'll make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respect by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to Wednesday is too soon. A Thursday let it be. A Thursday she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep on greater to your friend or two, for hark you, Tybalt being slain so late, it may be thought we held them carelessly if we revel much. Therefore we'll have some 5,000 friends in Baronet. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would a Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get thee gone. A Thursday let it be then. Go to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho! Before me, it is so very late. We may call this early by and by. Good night.
So high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome! Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is high hence be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. Stuff not so, for she divideth us. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam! Nurse? Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about. Then window let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Love, Lord, husband, friend, I must hear from thee every hour in the day, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve as sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee, now thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails me, or thou lookest pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Oh, Fortune, Fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that's renowned for faith? Be fickle, Fortune. Then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back. Who, daughter? Are you up? Who is that calls? 'Tis my lady mother. Is she not down so late, not up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Nevermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well, girl,
Thou weepest not so much for the friend as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain, and he be many miles asunder. God pardon, I do with all my heart. And yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
Ay, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to on in Mantua, where that same banished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt's company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, madam, I never will be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him. Dead is my poor heart, so for a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you could find out what a man to bear a poison, I would temper it that Romeo upon receipt thereof soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named and cannot comfort him. To wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that hath slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now, I'll tell you joyful tidings, girl.
Madam, in happy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child. I, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy. That thou expects not, nor I look not for.
Madam, what day is that?
Indeed, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young and noble gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must swear that he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. And when I do, it shall be to Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now? A convict girl? What, still in tears? Animal showering? In one little body thou counterfeitest the bark, a sea, the wind. Or still thy eyes, which I may call the sea, to ebb and flow with tears. The bark thy body is, sailing on the salt flood. The wind, thy sighs are raging with thy tears, and they with them. Without the sun come, would only set this tempest-tossed body. How now, wife, have you delivered her decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft. Take me with you, wife, take me with you. How? Will she none? Does she not give us minds? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed and worthy as she is that we have brought such a worthy gentleman to be a bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How? Chop logic! What is this? Proud? And I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? Mistress, me and you, thanking no thankings, no proud, no proud, effecting your fine chance against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I'll drag thee on the handle thither. Out you bring sickness carrying out, baggage! You dull face!
I can't do that! Good father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Empty and baggage! Decent beaten wretch! I'll tell thee what. Get thee to church on Thursday next, will never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me! My fingers itch. Wife, with scarce because blessed God I learned that but this only child. But now I see we have a curse in having her. Oh, out on her, you have me!
Fucking heaven bless thee! You have to blame my lord to raise her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Hold your tongue, good prudence, smite it with your gossip stone!
May not one speak?
Peace. mean to have them matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair domain, youthful, and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honourable parts, proportion as one thought would wish a man. And then to have a wretched puling fool, a whining rabbit, in a fortune standard chancer, I'm not wed, I am too young, pray you pardon me, but you will not pray I pardon you. Grace, what you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on't, I do not use to jest. Thursday is near, they have not house but buzz. And you be mine, I give you to my friend, and you be not. Hang, beg, starve, die in the street, or buy my soul, and then follow you. And what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust you, it bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grave? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if thou wilt not make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lays.
Talk not to me, for I'll speak not a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God. Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith again return to earth unless my husband send it to me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. Alack, that heaven should practice such stratagems on so soft a subject as myself. Some word of joy, some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world's nothing that he ne'er come back to challenge you. Or, if he do, it needs must be by stealth. Then, as the case so stands as now it doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo is a dish clout to him. And even, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Beshrew my very heart, I think you happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or, if it do not, your first is dead. Or to us good he were, as living here and you no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And my soul too, else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvellous much. Go in, and tell my lady I'm gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence Cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will, and this is wisely done.
What ancient damnation! Oh, most wicked fiend! Is it not more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with so many thousand times? Go, counsellor, thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. On to the friar, to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short. My father Capulet will have it so. And I am nothing slow, just like his haste. You say you do not know a lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little thought of love, for Venus smiles not in the house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she do give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom haste our marriage, to stop the inundation of her tears, which too much minded by herself alone may be put from her by society. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady toward my step.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be so, and I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father.
To answer to that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will ye, for I am sure that you love me.
If I do, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
Tears have got small victory by that, sir, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrongest it more than tears with that report.
'Tis no slander, sir. What I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
That may be so, for 'tis not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God sure I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse thee. Until then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door! And when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou canst tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands, and ere this hand by thee to Romeo's sealed shall be labelled to another deed. Oh, my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another. This shall slay them both. Be not so long to speak, I long to die. If what thou speakest, speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which will prevent. If, rather than to marry Count of Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely that thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that cope with death itself and escape from it? And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris, from off the battlements of any tower, or hide me nightly in a charnel house, quite o'ercovered with dead man's rattling bones, with reeky shanks and yellow chapless skulls, or hide me with a dead man in his tomb. Things to hear them told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vile ring then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou of. When presently for all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to waddy ashes. Thy eyes will fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this broad night is a shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then as the manner of our country is, in all thy best robes and covered on the bier, thou shalt be born to that same ancient fault, where all the kindred of thy Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt wake, shall Romeo by my letters know our threat, and hither shall he come. And he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear bait thy valiantly acting it.
Give me, oh tell me not of fear.
Hold. Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a fly to speak to Mantua, with my letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
How now? My headstrong. Where have you been gadding?
Why, I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoined by Holy Friar Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. We'll have this knocked up tomorrow. Why, I'm glad on. Stand up.
Nurse, will you go with me to my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse. Go with her. Walk to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. It is now near night.
Hush! I will stir about and all things shall be well, I warrant thee, wife. I'm not to bed tonight. Leave me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. What, home? Oh. They're all full. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris and prepare him against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear. Thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come, Father. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No. No, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison, which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he should be dishonoured, because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet methinks it should not, for he still hath been tried a holy man. However, when I am laid into the vault, I wake before the time Romeo comes to redeem me. There's a fearful moment. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of night and death, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for these many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed? Where the bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud? Where, as they say, at some hours of the night, spirits resort? Alack, alack, is it not I that I, so early waking, what with loaths and smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, the mortals upon hearing them run mad? Oh, if I wake, will I not then be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears? A man he played with my forefathers' joints, and plucked the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bones, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains. Oh, look.
You'll be sick tomorrow for this night's watching.
No, not a whit. What? I have got air now all night for lesser cause and never been sick.
Aye, you have been a mouse hunt in your time. But I will watch you from such watching.
Jealous head. Jealous head. Now tell me, what is there?
Things for the cook, sir, but I know not what.
Make haste, I say. Sarah fetched dry logs. Call me, Dave, we'll show you where they are.
I am a head, sir, that will find out lots, and never trouble Peter for the matter.
Mass and Rob said the very wholesome. Ha! Thou shalt be loggerhead. Good father, 'tis day. The captain will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near. Nurse, what's home? What, nurse, I say? Oh, what you Juliet doing? Swim him up. I'll go and chat with Paris. I make haste, make haste. The bridegroom, he's come already. Make haste, I say.
Mistress! What, mistress? Juliet! Fast I grunt her she. Why, lamb? Why, lady? 5 7 8. What thou say, madam? Sweetheart? Why, bride? What, not a word? You take your penance now. Sleep for a week, for the next night I won't. The counterpart has set up his rest, that you should rest but little. God forgive me. Marry and amen. How sound is she asleep? I needs must wake her. Madam! 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 Let the county take you in your bed. He'll fright you up a bit, will it not be? What? Dressed and in your clothes and down again? I needs must wake you. Lady! 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 Alas! Alas! Help! Help! My lady's dead! Oh, where again that ever I was born? Smack for me, take ho! My lord! My lady! What noise is here? Oh, lamentable day! What is the matter? Look! Look! Oh, heavy day! Oh, me! Oh, me, my child! My only life! Revive the blood, or I will die with thee! Help, help, oh, help!
Oh, shame, Romeo and Juliet, for the Lord is come.
She's dead! Deceased! She's dead, alack the day! Alack the day, she's dead! She's dead, she's dead!
At last, let me see her. Oh, she's cold. Blood settled. Shows us stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day! Oh, woeful time!
Death like a tailor hence to make me well. Holds up my tiny word, let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son. The night before the wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. Here she lies, flower she was deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. I will die, leave me more. Live life all his steps.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face? Doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day! The most miserable hour of air time for in lasting neighbour of his pilgrimage! But one poor and
slaughtered, hated, killed. Comfortable time, why comest thou now to murder our celebrity? Oh, child, my soul is love for my child. Dead art thou. My child is dead. With my child, my jaws are buried.
Please, oh, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. The most you sought was her promotion, but 'twas your heaven she should be advanced. And weep ye now, seeing she's advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself? Dry up your tears, and stick your rosary on this fair corpse. And, as the custom is, in all our best race, bear her to church. For though one nature bids its all a mate, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things that we ordain in festival, melancholy of this black funeral. Our instruments, to melancholy bells, our wedding cheers to sad burial feast. Our solemn hymns, the solemn dirges change. Our bridal flowers serve for very course, and all things changed into the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and Madeline go with him, and go to Paris. Everyone prepare to pull this their course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for Semille. Move them no more by crossing that I will.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's lord sits lightly in his throne, and all day long an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dread my lady came and found me dead.
Strange thing is a dead man, ain't you think?
And breathed such life with kisses in my lips, that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. Use from Rome. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my lady Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can kneel if she be well.
Well, she is well, and nothing can kneel. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her old park angels live. I saw her laid low in Kendall's art, presently to post to tell it you. Pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it to my office, sir.
Is it so? Then I defy you, stars! Thou knowst my logic. Get me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence
I
tonight.
beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale one, doing thoughts and misadventure.
Such thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
Oh, my good lord.
No matter. Get me gone and hire those horses. I will be with thee straight. Oh, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember me in apothecary, and hereabouts it dwells, which later I noted in tattered weeds with overwhelming brows, cunning of simples. Eager what her looks, sharp misery had worn her to the bone. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and if a man did me poison now, whose sale was present death in Mantua, as a caitiff wretch would sell it. Oh, this same thought did not forerun my need. And this same needy wife must sell it me. As I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What's ho, apothecary?
Who calls so loud?
Come hither now. I see that thou art poor. Hold. Here's 40 ducats. Give me a dram of poison, such soon-speeding gale as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk be discharged of breath, as violently as hasty powder fired, to hurry from the fatal cannon's wound.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to anyone that issues them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks. Need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, then be not poor. Break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will consents.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you have the strength of 20 men, it will dispatch you straight.
Here is thy gold. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than any of these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison. Thou hast sold me none. Go, buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial, not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave. There must I lose thee.
Holy Franciscan Prior! Brother, come!
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mighty writs give me his letter.
Going to find her barefoot brother out, one of our order, to associate me here in this city, visiting the sick, and finding him. The searchers of the town suspected that we were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, and sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again, nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune! By my brotherhood, this letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import. And the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, bring it straight into my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must the friar to the grave alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet's wake.
She will beshrew him much that Romeo hath no notice of these accidents.
Lawrence will write again to Mantua, and keep by the cell till Romeo come.
Poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me thy torch, boy. Hence, and stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yon yew trees lay thee all along, holding thy ear close to the hollow ground. So shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose, unfirm with digging up of graves. But thou shalt hear it. Whistle then to me, a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee, go!
I am almost afraid to stand alone, here in the churchyard. Yet I'll adventure.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe! Thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will dew. Wanting that with tears distilled my moans, the obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. And the boy gives warning, something doth approach. What cursed foot wanteth this way tonight?
agrees in true love's right. What? With a torch? Muffle me night a while.
Give me that mattock, and the wrenching iron. Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee. Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence, be gone. But if thou, jealous, thus return to pry in what thy father shall attempt to do, by heaven I swear I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers of a roaring sea.
I'll be gone, sir, and not shall we.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Hold, take thou that. Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all the same, I'll hide me hereabouts, for his looks I fear, and intents I doubt.
Thou detestable Moor, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more food.
This is that banished haughty Montague, that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief is supposed the fair creature died, and here he has come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague, in vengeance to be pursued further than death. Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone. Let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, but I come hither armed against myself. Stay not. Be gone, live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do defy thy conjuration, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at me, boy!
I thought I tried to run to the wall!
I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb and lay me with Juliet.
In faith I will. Let me peruse his face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris, one rich with me in Sir Misfortune's book. I will bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave. Oh no, a lantern slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death lie thou there by a dead man interred. How oft, when men have been at the point of death, have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign is yet crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advancing there. Tybalt, liest thou there in thy bloody sheet? Oh, what more favour can I do to thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Oh, Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Am I to believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in this dark place to be his paramour? For fear of that, I will stay with you, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Oh, Here will I remain with worms that tonight chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once upon the rocks run thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss I die.
St. Francis be my steed. How often I to my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's that?
Here's one, a friend, the one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yonder that vainly lends its light to grubs and eyeless skulls? What I discern it burneth in Capel's monuments.
Just so, holy sir. And there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been in there?
For half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir. My master knows not that I am gone hence, and fearfully to menace me with death if I did stay and look on his intents.
Stay then. I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. How much I fear sin ill thrifty thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought. And my master slew him.
Romeo! Alack! Alack, what blood is this which stains the stony edges of this sepulchre? Which means these marvelous and gory swords delight is coloured by this place of peace. Romeo! Oh, pale. Who else? What? Paris too and steeped in blood? Oh, what unkind arrows guilty the slaver's full shots? The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and here I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death contained in an unnatural sleep. No greater power than we can contradict and thwart it our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among assistant holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yea, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die! This is the place!
slain. Juliet, bleeding. Warm and new dead, who here have laid these 2 days burying. Go to the priest, run to the Capulets. Raise up the Montagues, bid others search. We see the ground whereon these woes do lie. The true ground of all these piteous woes cannot without circumstance describe.
Here's Romeo's man, found in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps, who took this matter and this crow from him as he was coming from this churchyard side.
A great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up? Calls our person from our morning rest.
She didn't mean that he's so shrieked abroad.
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in your ears?
Sovereign! Here is the Count in Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
Oh, heavens. Oh, wife. See how our daughter bleeds. That dagger is mistaken for love. His house is empty on the back of Montague, and is machined in my daughter's bosom.
Oh, me. This sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up, to see thy son and heir now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of her son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught. What manners is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Bring forth the parties of suspicion. Friar, say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, their dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, their dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city, for whom and not for Tybalt Juliet pined. You, to remove that sea debris from her, betrothed her would have married her perforce to County Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise something to rid herself of this second marriage, or there in my cell will she kill herself. So gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion. It so took effect as I intended, for it wrought in her the form of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo, that he should hither come as this dire night, to help to take her from this foul grave, being the time the potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, who stayed by accident, and yes, tonight returned my letter back.
Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then a post came from Mantua, the same place, the same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death going in the vault. I departed not, and left him there.
Give me the letter. I will look at it. Where is the Countess page that raised the watch? Sirrah, what made your master in this place?
He came with flowers to strew his lady's grave, and to bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with lights to ope the tomb, and by and by my master drew on him. And then I ran away to call the watch.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies, Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, Brother Montague, give me thy hand. There's my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady's life, for sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, for sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
As we usually do, we like to also to thank people who don't usually get the applause. And there are many people who've helped us to put on this production. I'd start by mentioning our chaperones, some of you are in the audience, who have been looking after our underage people. including our second Juliet, who is not yet 16. And thank you so much for all that you've done to look after them. And you've supported us, and all the parents who've supported us by bringing people to rehearsal and taking them back and all of that. We couldn't do without you. Now, in the last couple of weeks also, we've been joined by one of our actors who played Pippin last year, and who has helped us enormously with props, with prompting, with all sorts of TLC for the cast and everything. And we'd like to say a little thank you to him. Mark Johnson. Who's worked a lot one-to-one with all of the cast throughout the time. She's not here tonight, but we thank her very much. On makeup and hair and the beautiful look of all these young ladies, we have had the help of Abby Osman, helped by Laura Todman and Jess Bell. So Abby, we'd like to say thank you to you. Where are you? Now, we get to our stage crew and our technicians. The lighting was by Peter Harrison, who's not with us this evening, but we're very grateful to him for doing such a great job. And our sound was done by Andrew Lunch, who's up in the box at the moment. The stage crew and technicians were led, as ever, by our redoubtable stage manager, Rebecca Gans. Thanks to Rebecca. And we want to say a big thank you to someone who's trapped up in the box also at the moment. But we'd like Melanie to take the flowers for her, to Kim Donahue. By Alan Schofield, and our technical stage manager who got this set up and helped all the youngsters do a wonderful job to get us in and will be getting us out tonight, is David Parkinson. Big thanks to He's out there somewhere. We're very lucky to have a beautiful musical score made for us, composed for us by Aidan Massey, who's out on tour at the moment. And our wonderful musical director who pulled the whole thing together and produced the recording that you heard. And that is John Whelan. John Romeo and Juliet be without these costumes? And as ever, we can't thank enough our costume designer, maker, and everything, Rosemary Cutler.
It comes down to me now. If everyone else gave all these flowers, we could answer and get someone's love. On behalf of all the cast, we want to say thank you very much for all the hard work you've put into this show. And we hope we've done you justice. And not just this show, of course, but all the other shows you've done. and we just want to say thank you very much.
Thanks, Robin.